say something that might surprise you. Traditional Chinese medicine doesn't see sex as bad. It does not see desire as sinful, and it does not believe that abstinence makes you healthier. What traditional Chinese medicine actually cares about is something far more subtle: how your body handles stimulation. Because sex is not just a physical act. It is neurological. It is hormonal. It is emotional. And in Chinese medicine, it's energetic. And here's where many people get confused. Something can feel relieving in the moment and still be draining over time. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human, living in a nervous system that is overwhelmed. So today we're talking about sex, Jing, and longevity. Not through shame, not through fear, but through understanding. Healing is like tending a garden, and in every video we water the roots. I'm Dr. Amy, a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, helping you understand your body's wisdom so that you can live with strength, balance, and clarity. In TCM, your Jing is your essence. Think of it as your genetic blueprint, your hormonal reserve, your reproductive vitality, your long-term recovery capacity, and your aging clock. You are born with a certain amount of Jing. You can protect it, you can nourish it, or you can spend it. In modern psychology, we might say that you're drawing from your reserves. In modern medicine, we might say that your hormonal and nervous system are under strain. In traditional Chinese medicine, we say you are spending Jing instead of circulating Qi. Same, but different, but still the same. So, different languages, same truth. When the Jing is stable, the body feels grounded. However, when the Jing is depleted, people describe the feeling as hollow, restless, anxious without knowing why, and older than they should feel. This isn't imagination, it's physiology, observed through a different lens. Now, let's talk about this topic. Why do men drain faster? Let's do this calmly and without judgment. So, in traditional Chinese medicine physiology, men loses Jing primarily through ejaculation. Now, ejaculation isn't just a physical release, it is a nervous system event. There is stimulation, there's dopamine, there is release, and then there's a drop. If your baseline energy is strong, your body recovers quickly. But if you're already sleep deprived, chronically stressed, emotionally overloaded, and mentally exhausted, then the drop lasts longer. Clinical signs that I often see are fatigue after stimulation, brain fog, low motivation, anxiety or emptiness, and poor recovery from stress. The body isn't punishing you, it's just signaling that the budget is tight. Now, what about the dryness and the lack of desire in women? This is misunderstood so badly. So, when women have low desire, vaginal dryness, discomfort, and emotional withdrawal, these are not character flaws in traditional Chinese medicine. They are signs of insufficiency and blood deficiency. And desire doesn't just disappear randomly. The body pulls back from stimulation when it needs restoration. In modern life, women are expected to work like they don't have hormones, perform emotionally without safety, give constantly without replenishing. And now this is not failure, this is intelligence. Both men and women, overstimulation, overspending at the wrong times can deplete you so quickly. You'll be running on fumes. Alright, now let's talk about masturbation calmly and honestly. TCM doesn't label it as bad, but it does ask a deeper question. What is this doing for your nervous system? What are you trying to achieve? So, a lot of people, they don't do this act out of desire, but out of regulation. What do I mean by that? To calm anxiety, to escape emotional discomfort, to avoid loneliness, and to shut the mind off. So knowing this doesn't make you weak. It just means that your nervous system hasn't been taught another way to discharge tension. But when stimulation replaces emotional digestion. The body never integrates the experience. It only releases it. So in traditional Chinese medicine terms, it means that Jing is being spent instead of nourished, and Qi is discharged instead of circulated. So when do we draw the line? When does pleasure becomes depletion? So in nature, we all know that ecosystem survives on balance. Too much extraction ruins soil. Too much fire burns the forest. Too little movement stagnates the air and the water. Nature doesn't punish excess. It simply reflects the imbalance. So I think a very big misconception that people have about TCM is that once you get into it, you can't enjoy life. The purpose of TCM is to teach you to enjoy what you can sustain. And that goes for everything. What you think, what you do, and what you eat. So now the problem is modern culture loves stimulation. So not just talking about within love, but I mean, even right now, what we do as rest, like even scrolling, we want some fast-paced, upbeat music, something catchy to capture our attention. This is our modern life now. So it's more heat, more drive, more performance. But traditional Chinese medicine asks, what happens when the stimulation ends? So if you are already anxious, inflamed, sleepless, and emotionally raw, adding more fire won't help. It burns what little reserve you have left. So how can we protect our Jing? You don't need perfection, everyone. You just need awareness. So one of the biggest misunderstandings is thinking that rest is doing nothing. But if your nervous system still doesn't know how to settle, stillness still feels unbearable. And then stimulation becomes the escape. True recovery teaches the body how to hold energy, not constantly discharge it. So 3 principles that I teach. Number 1, protect your sleep. Number 2, move daily. And number 3, match output to recovery. So all in all, this is not a taboo act to do at all. In fact, traditional Chinese medicine, we see this as an exchange of energy. And with the right people, it makes you feel stronger. So in traditional Chinese medicine, this act is not shameful. It respects energy. And sex doesn't weaken you, imbalance does. And longevity is not about doing less. It's about doing what your body can actually support without borrowing from the future. So everybody, wishing you a very happy Valentine's. Remember, you can spend, however, remember to spend wisely, not recklessly. And when you spend, you should recover afterwards. Recovery is so important. Like I said at the very start, everyone has a certain amount of Jing. Some people have less, some people have more. So that's why some people can spend a whole lot more, some cannot. So all in all, it does come down to your body constitution, how quickly you can recover and return to your baseline. And that is dependent on your lifestyle. So if you think that this video brought new thoughts and ideas to this very Valentine's appropriate topic, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so I can share with you more ancient wisdom that we can apply to our modern life. Wishing everybody a happy Valentine's, stay safe, and remember this is an exchange of energy, and energy is precious. You should never spend it recklessly. Let me know in the comments if you would like to know more about male vitality or female yin nourishment, because these are both very key topics to improving our longevity. Nevertheless, I wish you all good health, and good health is the ultimate fortune and the only investment with endless return. And when do we start investing? Right now.